Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm Mike with thegentlemanracer.com, and today we're at Apex Auto Works catching with Richard Tomlin and his Big Bird project, which is going to Pikes Peak this year.
1968 Road Runner, been in the family longer than me. Father bought it in late 68 after it hit a light pole right here and wadded it up. He fixed it, then I entered the picture. Car became a drag race car, stayed in the family for a long time. He was killed in 95 in the Oklahoma City bombing. I held on to it for 30 years, and then we finally decided to go racing with it.
So you decided to take it to Pikes Peak because you've done Pikes Peak multiple times before with your vehicles you've built. But what's different? This is not your standard Road Runner. What have we done to make this thing Pikes Peak worthy?
So what we did is we cut the belly out of the car and fitted it with a 2015 NASCAR truck chassis. So now it makes 808 at the wheels, and last time on the scales was 2980.
Wow.
So it should be a rowdy vehicle to get up Pikes Peak. And then we've paired up with a driver, Ben Ryan, who also grew up with Road Runner in his family.
We saw this car at the SEMA show last year with the big wing and all that, so you haven't really tested any of that out yet, so you haven't had time to fine tune that on the track yet.
Yeah, and we're getting a lot of mixed emotions about the Aero, and the bigger question is what's going to look better in our mind? Like, will the wing help us get up Pikes Peak faster? Possibly. Is it enough to sacrifice the overall look of the car? Because all of a sudden a muscle car doesn't look like a muscle car anymore when you put a rear wing on it like we've done.
Sure.
I think you'll see that wing show up at more of the time attack stuff that we do. I think Pikes Peak, you're probably going to see it like it is without the wing, but we will update you on testing once we get that done.
Okay.
We do have a massive 72-inch,
yeah,
12-inch cord wing.
It's gigantic, yeah.
It's massive, and it should work, but looks.
Now, Big Bird and the paint scheme, what's the kind of story behind that? And there's even some original stickers still on the car.
The paint scheme is like it was in 1982, 81, 82. He'd had it painted this way with the orange, red, yellow, which was of the era, right, for the white car. And originally it had a blended line. They had faded the colors together, which was cool, but it was all 1981, right? Like this stuff wasn't near as perfect as it is today. And we chose to just go with clean, sharp lines, which you actually helped design. It worked out way better. This way it's cleaner. It's crisp on photos. We did go back with the hand-painted numbers because that's what it had in the day. Hand-painted Big Bird because my father had painted the exact same thing on it. And then we put our own little spoof on the hood. Instead of doing the 383 4-speed or the 446 pack that it would have had, we just hand-painted the R5P7, which is a NASCAR code for that engine.
Super cool.
So still Mopar power.
So this isn't the only car going to Pikes Peak this year. We also have the Apexocet going, which has been, was what, top 20 last year?
It was 12th. 2 years ago, it was 12th overall, third in class. Should have been sub 10-minute times. We had some challenges, but we're faster than we were before. We're going back with a seek of a podium and a top 10 finish.
And that car's inside?
That car's inside.
So this is the Apexocet, which has run Pikes Peak, what, twice? Three times?
4 times.
Oh, 4 times, okay.
3 times now. This will be the 4th this year.
4th time this year.
So it's just a Miata.
This is a licensed street legal car technically still.
Currently it is still licensed and street legal, correct. And then the goal is to keep it that way.
Yeah.
But it did start out as my 1994 Mazda Miata. All the suspension, all the subframe, brakes, steering, all Miata. Wheelbase track, all Miata stuff. Paul's probably your best guy to talk about what's under the hood.
So we're here with Paul, and you kind of are running a lot of the mechanical side on this car. Tell us what's under the hood. What changes have happened since it ran Pikes Peak last time? Because there's a lot of changes since I've seen the car.
So yeah, there's been a lot of changes. It's a Dart and Sleep 5.3 block, punched out to a 7-liter 427. All, LS stuff. We started out with individual throttle bodies, tried to make that work. Didn't quite work out too well. So a couple of years ago, we went to like Holly intake setup on it, got the car running right, made decent horsepower. And then 2 years ago, went to, the carbon PTR intake on it. Makes 600 to the wheel, and it only weighs 1,850.
Wow. So you guys are working on a new hood design right now. What's the change there for? Is it to accommodate the intake, or?
Flatten it out a little bit. We could see where push and air was actually bowling the hood up to the point of wanting to stick the throttle a little bit. So kind of flattening things out. Shows off the intake manifold a little bit better. Also gets it out of the driver's view. So
And what's the target time for it this year at Pikes Peak?
we want to be in the 9-minute range.
9 minutes.
We want to be in the 9-minute range.
Any other major changes to aero since last year?
Yeah, quite a bit actually. The belly pan is, let's say we're trying to copy some things that Formula One has done.
Okay.
Create a little more downforce, dual element wings. We've added ABS. I mean, a little bit of traction control to make it a little more manageable. So quite a few things have changed since the last time.
It's funny to look at this car and think about adding like traction control and ABS, considering it's basically a skeleton with an engine.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
It was so basic. It had no nannies whatsoever, and at that horsepower level and this weight, it's hard to manage.
Yeah.
You know, so we've added some things in to try and make it a little more drivable for the driver.
So where can people follow along as you guys go through the process of going to Pikes Peak and run this car? Where can they kind of follow?
Facebook, of course, is always first for us because we're old, right? So it's Facebook for Richard Tomlin, Facebook for Apex Auto Works. We also have Instagram. A couple of guys run the shop on TikTok, but if you'll hashtag Apexocet, that will pull up most of everything for this car. For the Road Runner, is just hashtag Big Bird, and you'll see more information coming out very soon, along with Kumho tires.